Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'akol niyeh bidvaro. The Bible says that God created the world in 6 days, and on the seventh day, he rested. At the conclusion of each day, except for Monday, he says, Vayar Elokim ki tov, and God saw it was good. What I want to tell you is that Vayar Elokim ki tov means not that he saw something in particular. God saw the whole picture, and he saw it was good, and he liked what he saw, so to speak. He was satisfied with what he was doing, not because he created a bird or created the other thing. He saw the whole universe, the way it was coming into being, and he liked it. You know, many a time we just look at things from a very narrow angle. We should really look at the things from a greater perspective. In the Torah, there is somebody who is a Metzorah. Metzorah is a person that has what is called tzarat, some kind of eruptions on his skin. So he has to go to the Kohen, to the priest, and the priest examines him, and the priest tells him what he has to do, if he has to be secluded maybe for 7 days until his skin cures. It's the priest that decides that. Well, our rabbis say you should really go to a doctor, not to a priest. So they say, no, these eruptions are really a sign of a psychological, of a spiritual malady, really. They say it has to do maybe with Lashon Hara. Metzora, motzi shemra, motzira. You take out something bad. In other words, you speak evil, and this is why you get these eruptions. It's something psychosomatic. You know, your entire being responds in a physical way to what is really a spiritual or an emotional malady. So why do you go to the Kohen? The Kohen has to look at your skin. Actually, our rabbis say maybe the Kohen is looking at the entire human being. He's looking at the skin, but he's also looking at you. He's also looking at your entire personality. Many a times I say we look only at a certain angle. You know what Lashon Hara is? Lashon Hara is to tell something negative about another person, but it's true. In other words, you're saying, the guy, 10 days ago, he lied to me. That's what you're saying. And it's true, he lied to you. You shouldn't say that about another person. Why not? Well, you shouldn't say negative things about another person. But maybe it's something altogether different, really. Because what you're doing is judging a person by one event, by one action. He may be a very charitable person. He may be very studious. He may be an extraordinary father, a devoted husband. But he lied once. So you qualify him. You say, you know what he is? He's a liar. That isn't so. You have to look at the entire picture. Then you can really emit a judgment. I don't know if you saw Casablanca. Did you see Casablanca? There's one scene where Humphrey Bogart is with Ingrid Bergman. He says, "Here's looking at you, kid." What did he mean by that? Looking at you, kid. Here is looking at you. Was he looking at her face? She was beautiful. She was beautiful. But I think he was saying, I look at your entire personality. It's not only with the skin that I'm in love. I'm in love with your entire person. There is a very famous picture, and I have to look at it because I have to remember the names, and I don't remember the names. There was a photographer that took a picture of a general. His name was Nguyen Ngoc Loan. This Vietnamese general killed a Viet Cong with his revolver and killed him. And that picture went wild, went viral all over the world. Afterwards, Adams, the photographer, said 2 people died in the photograph. The recipient of the bullet and General Nguyen. The general killed the Viet Cong. I killed the general with a picture. What had happened, really? This Viet Cong fighter had killed 3 of the soldiers just before. He ambushed them. And the general felt unless he does something the morale of his entire group will be lost. And he had to do something at the moment. But it wasn't an innocent guy that was being executed. He had murdered 3 of them before. Yet, the name of the general became something altogether negative. He was demoted. His family suffered forever. Why? Because the picture did not tell the whole story. The picture just told the incident. And you saw a little human being, and the Vietnamese are usually very small, and here's somebody with a revolver just killing him. Why? It didn't tell you why. The picture doesn't say why. It doesn't say what happened before. So many a time, if we don't see the whole picture, it is really a lie. It is not the truth. You have to look at another individual, not only because of one deed that he did, because he came late, therefore you don't like him anymore. Then you have to look at the whole behavior of this human being. Is he a correct human being or not? None of us is perfect. If you want to look at faults, each and every one of us has some kind of fault. If you want to judge us by our faults, I think you're doing the wrong thing. I think you should judge things, events, by the entire picture. Some wars are justified. Many wars are not. So be careful before you make any judgment. Look at the entire picture and only then judge the event.